In the early winters of 2015, Rohan Thakur, the creative director at TheVibe, went on to document the homegrown ski and snowboarding culture in Gulmarg and Manali. This is his version of Curry Pow Deconstructed.
Curry powder is a sort of a slang used by a lot of people in the ski and snowboarding community around the world when they refer to snow in India. And powder basically is a type of snow, and curry is because we're in India, so it's just curry powder, and for short Curry Pow. I thought this would be like a really interesting name for our film because it's so widely used, and people, when they first think of India, they're like, where are you going? I'm going to go ski some Curry Pow. It's a very normal thing to say. I thought that would be a good title. So if you look at the Indian ski and snowboarding community, you can divide it into two different parts. One part is really focused towards competitive skiing and more Olympics related. And there are a lot of kids who are actually training and going abroad, and a lot of government organizations that are set up to train these kids. So that's one part of it. And then you have these local skiers and snowboarders from these mountain towns who are not competitively doing this and just doing it for the joy of it and actually incorporating it into their lifestyles. And we really want to, through this film, wanted to focus towards that aspect of skiing and snowboarding. Because in India we have very comfortable winters, and half the year it's pretty hot, but during the winter it does get cold, but it's not that cold. And at the same time it's off season for pretty much all the mountain towns which survive on tourism. So the locals have a lot of time to give that time, and they can indulge in these kind of sports all the time. And so essentially they are making it a part of their lifestyle. It is an expensive sport. The equipment is not cheap, you need lifts, you need all kinds of stuff. So the kids, pretty much all year round they're working in tourism related businesses. And when it comes to winter, that's the time when they can completely, shift over from doing a proper regular job and completely spend 3 months just skiing and snowboarding and really dedicating it and concentrating on that aspect. So that's how they are actually balancing between this, two lifestyles. For someone to really experience this, obviously the months of Jan, Feb to March depends. Sometimes we have really awesome winters, and it can go on till April as well. For people who are learning at a very beginner stage, I think Gulmarg is a very good option. We have lots and lots of beginner slopes over there with nice ski lifts and a good gear and good accommodation. So for beginners, I would definitely suggest Gulmarg. Manali is for more advanced skiers and snowboarders who want to really go out there and go into the backcountry. It's basically going out there, living in a couple of days right in the middle of nowhere. So it's pretty hectic. So for people who already know this, are used to this, I think Manali is a better option. The whole idea of curry powder, to make this film was to help the community. It's a very small community. You can probably count them, but we really wanted to show the rest of India that something like this exists. So now we just don't stop at a film level and just showcasing it. We want to take it further, and that's why we've started these experiences, which you can sign up at TheVibe. And these experiences are being run by these kids themselves, these local skiers and snowboarders. As far as skiing and snowboarding is concerned, even logistics, accommodation, everything is being provided by them. So in a way, we want to really lift the community that is there already, and also at the same time acknowledge these talents in a way where they feel really good about themselves. Because at the end of the day, if more and more people sign up for this, from the rest of India, for the kids over there, it's a really great thing. It's a very big morale booster for them. And I think we can go a long way if we continue making movies, if we continue giving out experiences. I think we're looking at a self-sustained industry in the future. And not just that, really, really bright lives ahead for these kids who are so passionate about snowboarding and skiing. So at the end of the day, this is the purpose of these experiences and these films. That's why we do this.